I pursued the man, but he shut himself in the storeroom. I could see him through the peephole in the door, though. Nah, you can't. What peephole? You mean you chased after him? I don't recall the reason why, but I ran after him to the back of the shop. And what about this peephole in the door you mentioned?
Well, surprisingly, the storeroom door is a solid job, made out of stout wood. But there's a small opening in it that's head height that lets you see what's in there from the outside.
Actually, I should have known that, shouldn't I? I looked through it myself that night. Look at those eyes. Look at her. And he looks at him. And he looks at me. And I look at him. And close-ups. Hello, Arvin. Arvin.
Hi,
Why
Arvin.
didn't you tell me that there's a fucking part 2 to this game? I thought this was the last one. I thought this was the last last case. There's a part fucking 2 to this. I should have known.
I had to tell him the
And
bad
what about
news.
the burgling brothers? Did you see what went on through that peephole as well?
Not likely, Goof. Didn't see never of the soft scuff.
I doubt these two buffoons were even aware of this peephole's existence. So the Skulkin brothers were there, but they didn't see the killing of Mr. Windybank take place. Oh. Inside the storeroom, I could see the broker and that young girl standing there. Standing? Don't wanna damper your I will finish this case cause tomorrow is free day vibe.
Oh, the defendant?
Yes, though neither of them noticed that I was
I'm
looking.
sorry that I dampened the I will finish this case because tomorrow is free day vibe.
No, tomorrow is not a free day. Tomorrow is a work day.
Yeah.
But I made it up for you guys cause I was supposed to stream yesterday and I didn't because I fell asleep. Okay, going back. The girl raised her gun and pointed it straight at the man.
And then, what did you see next?
Blah. Yes, when the crime was discovered, the defendant was found with a gun in her hand. But that was Mr. Windybank's gun, from which only a single bullet has been fired. And as we've already established, Mr. Graydon, that bullet was fired at you. But no, it wasn't the broker's gun that pickpocket girl had when I saw her. Yes, Jojo Pose. Yes, the bullet from Windybank's gun grazed my arm, and yes, the Skulkin brothers' gun grounded the detective. But this was another gun entirely. A third gun. The broker's gun was not the murder weapon, so clearly there has to be a third firearm involved. In other words, the accused must have had her own gun with her at the time.
I mean, she can't what? She's from the slums. Like.
Wow,
like-
do you expect... wow, did you just assume...
No.
Did you assume
No,
that
'cause-
she didn't have a gun?
Hey. At that point of time, guns are only used by the wealthy, okay?
Did you assume that?
The game literally takes place in 19 plus, like 18 something, okay?
Wow. Wow, KK thinks that even poor people can get guns. It's not like...
What the heck?
It's not like Gina is not a pickpocket where she can just steal a gun, you know?
Okay, that's true. She can steal a gun. But can she use a gun?
Well, if she had it for long enough, I guess.
I guess.
Get
Get the fuck out of here.
But no other gun was found at the scene. ha. Ha 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 ha.
Every time he laughs, I want to puke. Man.
Calm yourself, Counsel. Sorry. You must consider the events in order. At first I saw the broker and the girl glaring at each other, but then, all of a sudden, the broker turned to run. And it was at that moment, Jojo boss, that little gutter rat shot him in the back. You need to use your worst possible thinking. Yes, that's true. I'm using my worst I'm using my worst possible thinking right now. Chilling image, I must say.
The problem is he was facing in, not out the door. What the hell?
So do you think that it's... Do you think that it's a evidence?
Like, I don't know. But that's what I thought lah. This case is confusing because it's so long.
Nah, it's not long.
I forget what happened in the beginning.
Nah, the longest one was what? Case 4? No, case 3. It took me what? 9 hours?
Damn.
Let me actually see this shit. It took me 12 hours to finish. Holy fuck, okay. All over her. Yes, through the peephole I saw it clearly. Of course, the stains are invisible now, but with all the coat being such a dark color. But I assure you that garment is still solid with the victim's blood.
Nope.
Well, it is solid with blood, that's for sure.
But it's not Mr. Windybank's blot, is it?
No, that's not right. It's Mr. Mason Milverton's blood from when Mr. McGilded stabbed him 2 months ago. I have to add Mr. at the front because it rolls off the tongue better.
It's so annoying. If they only accept Hurley's chemical analysis, we could prove that.
But they won't. So unfortunately, we can't use it as evidence to support our case.
Bother.
Brother. No,
Why
but
will you pick it up?
what gun? Can you please like show us this gun? Did I hear you correctly? She threw the gun out the room? That's right. After the broker fell to the floor, she started walking over. Over where exactly? In the direction of the storeroom door, to where I was watching. Of course, I quickly retreated, and then the girl dropped the gun through the peephole on the floor wait, what? The girl dropped the gun through the peephole onto the floor on my side of the door. This guy used one hose gun that dips off after you shotgun. Yeah, where is this gun? I couldn't tell you. Perhaps she was hoping to distance herself from the murder weapon.
What the fuck? Then why is she lying on the floor then?
With another gun in hand.
Yeah. It makes no fucking sense, Graydon.
Without thinking, I went and picked it up. I suppose I was worried about just leaving it there in case any more tragedies took place. Even Van Zykes is speechless. So it was you, in fact, who took the third gun from the scene of the crime? Jojo pose. Yes, it was yours truly. I left the clear up of my lackeys and left. To my lackeys and left. Motherfucker. Is the be like this? Yes. Motherfucker. Clear up.
We made a bit of a mess around the counter, so Mr. Whistle and Flute here told us to tidy it up.
Whistle and Flute. Meaning, let me guess, is it suit?
Uh,
Whistle and flute. Soup.
whistle and flute. It means
Mr. Suit. Suit.
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
suit.
Yeah. I'm
Nice,
learning.
good job. You're
I'm learning.
getting the Cockney slang.
I'm learning
That's
Cockney
good.
slang, bro.
He thinks he's our blooming mom sometimes.
Well, I was paying you enough by. Well, I was paying you enough by God.
Eh,
Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbrokery that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket? You're like a bull at a gate, aren't you? What the fuck?
Okay, do something. Do something about this.
Excuse me? Sir, gentlemen, not in the courtroom.
Look at him all red.
Something's wrong, sunshine.
That should be my line. You do realize you were just violently shaking Mr. Skulkin?
Oh, blimey. These are a bit of an hooligan, ain't they?
What was going on just now?
You saw him. He grabbed me whistle. Why the blazes, he said. Didn't you mention the third gun when we got you down the station?
And why didn't you?
Of course. We didn't even know nothing about it. Or that flaming people in the door. Sorry about that. I can be prone to losing my rag sometimes. Not hurt, are you?
How he tie his tie is offensive to Englishmen.
What?
How Gregson tie his tie is an offense to British people.
He's a busy man, KK.
No, the collar sucks, bro.
He's a busy man.
Oh, blimey. See the way he looks at me. I'm telling you, this D gives me the willies.
That was strange. The inspector doesn't normally get quite as worked up as that. He wouldn't normally grab someone.
No, that wasn't like Grexy at all. He's normally all sweetness and light, no matter what I say to him.
Yes, well, I think you might be a special case, Iris.
Well, anyway, that was definitely out of character.
Shut up with your fish and chips.
He's just eating.
My lord! My lord. Requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the cross-examination. Explain yourself, officer. I have the results of the test that was ordered earlier, my lord.
The blood of the accused overcoat.
Thank you, officer. Very well. The cross-examination is hereby temporarily suspended. I presume you have no objection, counsel?
No, my lord. Come on, show us evidence.
Well, there you have it.
The report, please, Inspector.
Yes, sir. Traces of human blood were found on the overcoat of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. From the extent of the stains, it would appear that they were the results of splattering following the gunshot.
What the fuck?
End of report.
Bloodshot wound? That's a lie. Complete lie, man.
That's a lie.
Someone is conspiring.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
It's a conspiracy. Oh! Jojo pose. That is actually a Jojo pose right there.
Yeah.
See? What did I tell you? No. The blood on the overcoat is not Mr. Windybanks.
What on earth makes you say that, counsel?
The coat originally belonged to Magnus McGilded. Just before his coat was deposited at Windybanks. McGilder was fatally stabbed. Had fatally stabbed Mr. Mason Milverton. So the blood on the overcoat is the blood of the brickmaker from the omnibus case. Well, the dead can't speak. Isn't that right, my Nipponese friend? Sorry? 2 months ago, in this very courtroom, did you not argue fervently for McGilded's innocence? And yet you know... I can't read. I'm sorry, I can't read. And yet, now that the man is dead, you brand him as a murderer? Your conduct shatters any shred of my respect you may have earned for yourself in this country. Ah, but that was...
Oh, I call it a bloody disgrace. Treachery, though.
I can't make voices also. I'm not ready for this.
I call it a bloody disgrace. Treachery, that's what it is.
Yeah. How are we supposed to determine whether the blood on the overcoat is 2 months old or not? Even a stereoscope can't help the answer to that problem pop up. It can't be done. I have water, so don't worry. But we use Mr. Show's special.
Mr. Shaw is a detective, not a chemist.
Would you put such faith in a chemical formula devised by me, for example, when I'm a communications officer?
I've held out Pirovsky to starving boy and he ran away crying. Still a work day, yep. Well, Sherlock Holmes is barely more than a figment of the public's imagination. His name carries no weight in this courtroom. No weight at all. How could you say that? Jojo pose. Victory is sweet indeed. This proves that my testimony is the whole truth from start to finish.
How do you arrive at such a conclusion, sir?
As the witness said, the accused's coat was splattered with the blood of the victim. The one way Mr. Graydon could possibly have known the fact is if he saw it happen. In other words, his testimony is solid and the conclusion is singular. It was the accused who shot the victim in this case. That is the whole truth.
Ah! My lord.
Oh, my lord. Been a long battle, this one, but this old warhorse has something to say now. If you please.
Mr. Foreman.
As of this moment, sir, the squadron has reached its final decision. Ready, men? All for one now. Sir.
You say.
Oh, did I fuck up somewhere? Oh shit, I
Nope,
fucked up.
nope. No. You are supposed to fuck up here.
No, I fucked up. Oh no, I fucked up.
Yes.
Well, it would appear the ladies and gentlemen of the jury has reached N,
It's N, right? N. Wait, no.
Unanimous is so it's It's not. It's pronounced unanimous, which is why it's an
Unanimous.
She
anemone.
Well, it would seem the ladies and gentlemen of the jury has reached a unanimous verdict.
Victory is mine. The defense has consistently failed to unpick this witness testimony. Here's to any attempt you make at unpicking the juror's decision being equally successful. Ha ha ha.
Wah!
I don't believe it. After I've come so far, how is it all unraveling on me so fast? Kazuma, is that you? I see the light. Is it Sholmes?
I think.
To be held in such low esteem. Sholmes, please. Show me yourself. Oh no.
Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, officer. You've delivered the report now. That will be all, thank you.
It would occur to me with some regularity, Mr. Naruhodo.
That scientific truth are determined by determined not by science, but by none other than the human mind.
I know that voice. Am I going mad?
Ah!
Oh my! I love him. I love Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes!
What? What is the meaning of this? Order! Order! Order!
What business do you have here, detective? The last I heard, you were recuperating in the hospital. Ah, as well I would be, had I not been set upon an errand. What errand? Hurley, is that you? Is that really you?
Is it? Sorry.
Hurley, is that really you? You're awake at last.
Yes, good day, Iris. I appear to rather be late to the rise. My apologies. Now, my lord, if you will humor me.
In what manner, sir?
I have something of great importance I wish to give to the young lawyer over there. I need no more than 5 minutes. Would you be so kind as to spare us that time?
What say you to this, Lord Van Zykes?
This trial has taken many hours of the court's time, having spent so long already.
Exactly. Having spent so long off already, we don't want to go wasting any more precious time.
As I was saying, having spent so long already, it would seem churlish to deny the defense a mere 5 minutes. Oh!
Very well then, counsel, you have 5 minutes.
Oh no, he's not dashing anymore. Still looking handsome though, but not dashing. Mr. Sholmes, are you alright now? Alright, I'm all wrong. Sorry. I've only just managed to summon the strength to stand, man. I've asked the judge for 5 minutes. But I fear even that may prove too much for me. Pray forgive me should I pass out.
Sure.
Let's make this discussion as short as possible, please.
Hurley, this is a place full of idiots. None of them can see how wonderful your chemical blood analysis is.
Well, that concoction of mine was really just a bit of sport to assist me in my investigations. I never took the trouble to refine it for appraisal by the scientific community. An oversight on my part. I'm sorry, Iris. Right. Modesty? Surely not. But enough of that. I am here to give you this, my dear fellow. What's this? Lavender furoshiki? Furoshiki wrapping? A living present from Miss Susato. From Miss Susato? If possible, matters were to be settled without me giving you this. Those were her instructions when she asked me to do her this favor. I don't understand. Miss Susato foresaw today's event, I believe. She knew that the culprit would attempt to escape justice by means both devious and underhand. And that you, Mr. Naruhodo, fighting fairly as you are wont to do, would find yourself in considerable peril. At that very moment of crisis, you would be given this small parcel. So he was waiting. Those were the dear lady's instructions. A leaving present from Susato-san. Whatever could it be? What the fuck is that? What's this?
Oh! It's the machine I made.
Wait, I know this one. I know this machine. This is the cat door thingy majig. The Wagi door 2000. Ah. Hey, Wagai. So cute.
Look, I used this. This is my latest invention.
What? What is that?
I call it the cat flapper mat.
Or as I like to call it, the Wagi door maker 2000.
It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Wagyu beef in seconds.
How could you say that?
What?
It's not Wagyu beef.
What's Susie up to?
Miss Susato muttered the following words before she left. I'm a failure. I don't deserve to be a judicial assistant. What? Didn't she say something like that yesterday night? You really are the best judicial assistant in the world.
Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Whatever did she mean by that, Mr. Sholmes? That night when you left Windy Banks in pursuit of the thieves, Miss Susato made use of this contraption for a certain purpose. That is your answer, dear fellow. Not at all cryptic then. Wait, did she make the... No way, did she...
She made the
She made the door.
food.
She made the peephole. Susato-san used this cat flapper mat that night? But why? She used it to make the peephole. And that would unravel Graydon's lies. Your
Yep.
5 minutes is over. Oh, we're out of time already? I'm grateful to you for affording us that brief recess, Mr. Reaper. I need no thanks, Detective. After all, the die is cast. Is it really? Is it really, Mr. Reaper? Yes, the jurors are unanimous in their leanings. No doubt my learned friend will consider a summation examination. But any attempt to alter the verdict now would be utterly futile. I wonder... Mr. Naruhodo? Yes? The rest is down to you, dear fellow. What is your plan? The rest is down to me. I need to be careful here. If I make the wrong move, the trial will end badly. My lord, the defense requests further cross-examination.
Examination.
Further cross-examination. The jurors have spoken. Protocol dictates that you may not cross-examine a new witness now. The same one. The defense is not asking for the cross-examination of a new witness. Rather, to continue with one of an existing witness. What? It will appear that a rather important detail has escaped your attention, Mr. Reaper.
My lord. Requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the cross-examination. Yes, thank you, officer. Very well, the cross-examination is hereby temporarily suspended. I presume you have no objection, counsel?
No, my lord.
So nobody can say anything then. If Bruno asks to resume his cross-examination of Mr. Graydon, he fucking gets it.
The court is obliged to allow it. This is absurd. Okay, hold on. I have to close my window. I forgot to close my window. To open up my window before, cause my room was smelly. It was musky.
Oh, there's smoky.
No, it smells of sweat and a bit of blood. I'm joking on the blood part.
I would remind those present that this is my courtroom. I concur that the defense is entirely within its right to request the continuation of the cross-examination. However, I will not permit an unremitting protraction of these proceedings. Therefore, I have decided to afford the defense one final opportunity in concluding the cross-examination. Counsel, you must choose but one statement from the witness testimony, and but one piece of evidence to present in support of your argument against it.
A single chance to present evidence?
If following that, the situation remains unchanged, I shall move to adjudication.
Well,
Is that clear, counsels? You will not press the witness any further.
My lord. Yes, my lord. A singular statement and a single piece of evidence. Most generous. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's high time I felt it in a faint. I leave this in your capable hands. He's dead. Mr. Sharps! Wait, no, it's not.
he fainted.
No. Yeah, he fainted. Where's the surgeon? He needs the surgeon.
To stand so insouciantly before the court in a state of such high fever. Either the man has extraordinary strength of mind or an extraordinary lack of healing.
I imagine he's feeling very little now. The detective is sleeping soundly in one of the antechambers. Strike a man when he's down, why don't you?
Well then, counsel, are you fully prepared?
Come on. Yes. One statement. One piece of evidence.
You know which statement?
I know. I
Good.
won't let Mr. Sholmes down. Or Iris. Slap. And I won't waste this final chance that Susato-san has given me.
I love her.
This is going to decide the entire outcome of this trial.
Very well then. Under the terms I have outlined, you may resume the cross-examination.
I know your secret. Okay. Wait, hold on. Fuck you, Graydon.
What on earth is this eccentric contraption, Counsel?
Oh, it's my cat flapper mat, my lord. It makes a way for cats to get in and out of a room. It can cut through any door you can think of and make a little new door in the middle of it.
That's right, my lord. It's a device for creating so-called quote-unquote cat flaps. Small doors for cats to come and go as they please without their owners having to open. I'm sure we can all work that out for ourselves. But that cat-loving contrivance. But that cat lover's contrivance has no possible relevance to this case. Oh, really? Of course it doesn't. To start with, there was no cat flaps in the pawnbroker's door.
Not being a keeper of cats myself, I'm afraid I fail to see what this has to do with the matter at hand.
Perhaps it would help if I describe its function another way then. This contraption is able to create a peephole in any door you can imagine in practically no time at all.
I beg your pardon? A peephole, you say?
2 nights ago, we arrived at the scene only minutes after the murder of Mr. Windybank has taken place.
That's right. According to the paperwork at the yard, it was you and your Japanese assistant, Miss Holmes.
Yes, the 3 of us were together, but it's recently come to my attention that my assistant made use of this contraption at a time.
Your assistant did what?
There was a peephole in the storeroom door. I can attest to that. Because I looked through the peephole myself, in order to see inside the locked storeroom.
This is ludicrous.
What are you trying to say? Of course there was a peephole in the door. I said as many times in my statement, in my testimony even. How else could I have witnessed the crime for pity's sake?
By being the murderer, duh.
Yes, how could you? What?
Counsel, kindly say what you mean.
Alright, it's time. Time to strike the final blow! What I mean is this, my lord. My assistant made the peephole in the storeroom door, and until such time as she did, the door had no holes in it to look through. What? No! Jojo pose. This is a farce. Are you really suggesting that the peephole in the door was... Yes, it was created only after the incident has taken place by my judicial assistant using this device.
Your assistant tampered with the crime scene while being fully aware of the gravity of her actions. This is the most serious act of vandalism.
For which I humbly apologize, my lord. It was in the few minutes that I left the scene in order to pursue the Skulker brothers and alert the police. Nevertheless, in the light of this new information, it became apparent that Mr. Graydon's testimony is riddled with holes, pun intended.
Riddled with... Explain yourself, counsel.
The majority of Mr. Graydon's testimony that appears to incriminate the defendant is based upon what he witnessed through the peephole in the storeroom door. Yes, that filthy girl shooting the man in the back. However, if at the time of the incident, that peephole did not yet exist in the door,
There's no possible way that you could have seen what you claim to have seen. Gah. In short, your entire testimony is a pack of lies.
Order! 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 Is there any credence to this revelation?
None whatsoever, as my learned friend must surely realize. Exactly. This is just some cheap trick designed to discredit me. I'm being like the guy that keeps on saying like fucking this shit creaming. I mean creaming. I mean creaming. I'm like mispronouncing every single like simple word. Can I get a diet cock? I mean cock. I mean.
Stop.
Okay, fine. Exactly. This is just some kind of cheap trick designed to discredit me. No, I'm not okay. I'm afraid not, sir. Of course it is. Do you seriously expect people to believe that plaything can cut through a solid wooden door?
Oh yes, I designed it to be very powerful. It can cut through even the toughest of doors. Let me do a demonstration and cut your face in half.
Now I will do a magic trick on your body. Look, there
I'll
is
cut
no.
your dick.
I will cut a door in this man. Ooh,
Ooh, bloody.
that's absurd. I don't believe it for a second. Okay,
I had a feeling you say that. So I'm going to give you a live demonstration.
you
Go.
take. Wait. What was the thing? You take a bottle, becomes a glass.
glass.
Where did it go?
Where did it go?
It's in my ass. What?
Waggy! Cooey! Time for dinner!
When did she make that door? What the fuck? Ah!
Ah! Well,
Young lady, this is the Old Bailey. One does not make cat flaps in the oak paneling at the Old Bailey. I'm
I
not
feel like
done.
that should be a meme.
Which one?
One does not make cat flaps in the Old Bailey.
I should make that my.
It's so funny, dude.
Wait. What was it again?
One does not make cat flaps on the Old Bailey.
Wait, hold on.
It's
One
so
does not-
funny.
One does not make head flaps. In the oak paneling of the Old Bailey. Paneling of the Old Bailey. Clear after, don't clear. Okay, done. My new Discord. My new Discord status. One does not simply ride into Mordor. I'm not done yet. Don't worry.
Back.
But I can't go back. Okay.
Z?
Okay. Sorry, the game didn't want to use Z. This doesn't mean that the peephole in the storeroom door at Windy Banks was made by your machine. And there's no way you can prove it was.
no, but it's easy.
What?
The cat flaps in my mat crates are all of a fixed size. And the dimensions of the peephole at Windy Banks are an exact match.
Wait, how does she know that?
Because I measured it, bitch!
Ah,
He's gonna lie again.
Hee hee, oh Silky's lost for words.
excellent work, Iris. Thank you. And now that it's my learned friend's turn to be lost for words, I feel. I believe your judicial assistant has already left the country for your Eastern Island home. Well, yes, that's true.
So she
Then-
cannot prove.
You may have some difficulty in establishing all of the facts. For the sake of argument, let us assume the peephole has dimensions that are a perfect fit for this contraption. In that case, when was this peephole cut? The prosecution demands proof of your answer.
Can you prove it?
Yes. What is the purpose of your line of inquiry, Lord Van Sykes?
It's very simple, my lord. The defense argues that the peephole was created after the incident using this device. Now that the perpetrator has returned to her native land, she cannot testify to the fact. There is no proof. And for long as the defense remains unable to prove when the peephole was made, my learned friend's claim amounts to nothing more
Then.
than a baseless accusation. What?
Indeed so. That is so, Lord Van Sykes. Well, counsel.
I'm
Don't give up now, Runo! This is the time to create your own opening and to force your way through!
Yes, I will make a hole in this table to escape into. I don't know if I can do this, but I do know one thing. Susato-san is the greatest judicial assistant in the world. And I need to believe in the heart of the cards, Yugi. Believe in the heart of the cards.
Wrong franchise,
Oh
bro.
shit, I'm sorry. It's time to do. Wait, it's still wrong franchise. Gotta catch 'em all? No.
Okay,
Okay.
very well.
Falcon Punch. Oh wait, that's also the wrong franchise.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
Very well. The counsel for the defense will present evidence to support the claims made. Prove that the people in the door of Windy Bank storeroom was created after the events and not before.
The photos? You check the photos? Is the cat flap there?
Nah.
And is the flap?
Nah. Yeah,
I think
it
you
is.
should
It
take
is.
the
It is. It
photo
is. It is. It
Then
is.
you
It
take
is.
a
It is.
photo of I think you should do the photo of Gina.
No. Yeah, it's this one.
No, you have said before. Yeah.
What are you? A print from the detective's infernal cameras again. My judicial assistant, Miss Susato Mikotoba, is extremely intelligent and capable woman,
Oh, love.
which is why I never had any cause to doubt that she would have considered this scenario and made sure I had the necessary proof.
And the necessary proof is this photographic print, counsel?
This print shows a scene in the shop moments after the defendant entered the premise. Agreed. And it also shows the accused mercilessly wielding a gun in the direction of the defenseless broker. But more to the point, it pictures the storeroom door in the background.
Let me see that print again. I don't believe it. Jesus Christ. This really is quite remarkable. The door to the storeroom is completely devoid of a people of any description.
We got him, Mr. Graydon.
You couldn't possibly have witnessed the crime as you claim to have done. Because at the time it happened, your dick was missing. I mean, there was no people in the door. Ah. In other words, your testimony, it's a pack of dicks. I mean, lies. I'm sorry. I have to like make jokes. I have to like keep awake.
Yeah.
Woo! Michael Jackson twirling around. Order! Order! I'm getting old to this. I'm satisfied that the defense has substantiated its claims beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness testimony was entirely fallacious. Fallacious.
Fellatio.
Fellatio. That's not the only thing we know. We now know beyond all reasonable doubt. My learned friend's assistance. Guilt can no longer be denied. The woman tampered with a crime scene. You're stuck on that? Are you stuck on that? My shit, Van Zykes. You're stuck on that shit. Are you for real? For real? Wow, this man is like what's that?
Everything.
No, what's that fallacy again?
Post hoc. Wait, ad hominem.
Ad
hominem. Like insult the. You attack the person. You attack the person making the argument. Ad hominem.
Fallacies.
Ad hominem.
I need to know. What
you don't
other
believe me,
what other fallacies are there? Oh yeah, it's ad hominem, anecdote, appeal to ignorance, appeal to traditions. It's too much. Okay, just look it up.
Ad hominem.
Yeah, man. But more importantly, good Lord, there's more Lord Van Zykes. The defense may have established a reprehensible instance of perjury, but this is no proof that this man is the victim's killer.
Yeah, it's not. It's just I'm just making it innocent.
Yes, that's right. What? I was there at the scene, it's true. And I was shot in the arm, it's true. But that's all. Yes, in fact, if you look at the circumstances, I am the victim here.
Ha ha ha, another fallacy.
Oh please. No. The victim fallacy. Wait, what's the
basically like
it's what argumentum.
false appeal to something.
False appeal to what?
False appeal to like pity, like false appeal to pity. It's called false appeal to pity.
Is it? Okay. I don't see the logical fallacies. Like I have like what 30. There's like 30 logical fallacies that I'm seeing.
Yep.
But fuck it, But they're right. As it stands now, I don't have any definite proof that he is the culprit.
Galileo argument.
Still, Galileo his way out of it now.
Galileo Rifleco Magnifico. No, Mamma Mia.
Come on.
Iris?
You know what they say? There's no point locking the cat's door after the cat's has bolted. Isn't that right, Bruno? As Hurley always says. One lie.
Can you do
begets
it
another.
in the voice of like the SpongeBob one? One lie begets another.
Wait, who said it?
You know, Shoms. Because every time someone quotes someone else, right, in this game, I would always do like the voice of like, yeah.
Yeah, one lie
doesn't
begets another.
Yes, like that.
No, wait. That might have been a line I wrote for him in one of my stories.
Well, no matter who said it first, you're right.
Iron's pretty cute.
Mr. Graydon, not only did you give false testimony to the court, but you gave your dick out to the lies you told. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. What do you mean by such a remark? I have you know that my dick is pure and pristine, and it's not a pack of lies. It is exactly 12 inches long.
Stop! Oh my god.
I'm sorry for anybody that's inside here. I am truly and utterly sorry. What you said in your statement reveals that you know something you shouldn't have known. In other words, there is a fundamental inconsistency in your statements. What? This is provocative talk, Counsel. Won't you enlighten the court? Explain this alleged inconsistency.
Do you know the inconsistency?
Iris was right. One lie begets another. The inconsistency is revealed by the lies in the witness statements. They show that Mr. Graydon had knowledge of something he shouldn't have known anything about, namely
The blood stains? Cause
oh yeah, wait, yeah.
yeah.
The bloodstains that were present on Miss Lestrade's coat. That's right. The victim's blood spattered all over her when she shot him. But how could you possibly have known that? Obviously, because I saw her do it through the people in the... We got him! We got him!
You got him!
We got him! The point is not that you lied in your testimony, Mr. Graydon. It's the nature of the lie you concocted that is so revealing. Gotcha, fucker! You're not making any sense. Then let me ask you a simple question. How is it, Mr. Graydon, that you knew of the existence of the people in the storeroom door? What? Well, obviously,
Has the cat got your tongue, witness?
The people in the door was made after the incident occurred. And once I returned to the shop, having failed to catch the two burglars, Scotland Yard's investigators arrived immediately. Since that time, the police has been at Windybanks constantly carrying out their investigation. Isn't that right, Inspector Gregson?
Well, yes, of course. The place is chock full of porn articles, and my lads have to go through examining them all. So I give them the order to have officers working around the clock in shifts so we get through it all.
And consequently, there's no way that you, Mr. Graydon, could have gained access to the shop. Unless he pulled a Sherlock Holmes on that shit. Therefore, you should have known nothing about the people in the storeroom door. So the fact that its existence formed the basis of your testimony is completely inexplicable. And yet, the fact remains that Mr. Graydon did maintain that he witnessed the crime take place through the people in the door.
How on earth is that possible?
Could I have a word with you, please, Lord Van Zykes?
Speak, Inspector.
It's just that I really ought to be getting back to the station now to put in my report. There's
No!
really nothing more I could add to this statement, so if it's all the same to you...
Permission denied.
Oh,
It's not all the same to me, Inspector. Not at all. You will remain exactly where you are until this trial concludes.
of course, sir.
Mr. Graydon? You shouldn't have known about the existence of that people. Which can only mean that you must have been informed by it by someone else. Stop there, my learned friend. You realize I trust that the words you just uttered have extremely serious implications. Yes, but the defense believed that the details about the case that Mr. Graydon claims to have seen must have been revealed by him by a certain person before his testimony.
Yes, who
And
is
in
it?
fact, considering a particular clue we have, there really only one person that could be.
Who is it?
Who is the person in question, counsel?
Who gave the witness details of the crime scene to facilitate his false
The
testimony?
Scotland Yard Police, because they came later, right?
No. So let's go through this. Let's cross out the people that we know that can't be there. Okay.
Okay.
Susato-san cannot be there.
Uh-huh.
Sholmes,
We shot?
yes. Iris
No.
with
cute girl.
us. She was with us. She would never inform, or would she? Would she inform Mr. Graydon about the spicy peephole for her new story, Crime at Windy Banks? You know, her new stories that's gonna be published on Rants magazine. Pop Windy Bank, he's dead. Gina Lestrade, she's in jail.
No.
Himself, maybe he put a Sholmes on us and post as an officer.
Nope.
Tobias Gregson, a bit sus, but you know, highly doubted.
Are you sure?
I'm joking,
he's
man. I'm
trying to
joking.
leave the
Let
scene,
me,
bro.
let
He's
me,
trying to leave the scene, bro.
let me, let me meme it out. Shall we please?
Okay.
Miles Strongheart, nah, busy with foreign relations. Baron Van Zykes, nah.
No.
Nash Skulken and Ringo Skulken, nah. So we only have these two people. I mean, three people. You know, Iris himself.
Are you sure you want to suspect Iris?
Like I said, to make her story more spicy. You know.
Why would you do that?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, the case.
The truth is, it can only have been you, Inspector Gregson. Excuse me?
You're literally trying to acquit Gina here, bro.
Me?
You had better have some proof to substantiate such a rash claims, my learned friend. Consider the fact that we have only been aware of Mr. Ashley Graydon's identity for the last few hours. Yeah, truly a Skulken, yes. Gregson is a true Skulken, brother. We learned of it only during the course of the trial today.
Yes, indeed. Preparations for his testimony were made with great
urgency during our hour-long recess. While the police executed the subpoena and brought the man here from the communication station.
And until that time, Mr. Graydon would have had no idea. No inkling he would suddenly be required to appear in court.
Are you suggesting that until such time he was summoned?
Yes, my lord. Until then, it's reasonable to assume that he knew nothing of the people. It was only once Mr. Graydon was in the stands that he realized his position, and that he would have to defend himself against the accusations that he was the third intruder. You're suggesting to the court that it was while this trial was in progress that he received the information, so that he could commit perjury in order to save his skin? Exactly.
He needs proof.
And the only person whose knowledge of the investigation that he had any contact with is you, Inspector Gregson.
This is a blooming outrage. Why would I give away any details of our investigation to this fella, eh? I was summoned to his lordship's chamber during the recess in any case. Had you forgotten that?
Quite true. I have a number of questions regarding the events that transpired at the pawnbrokery.
Which means the first time these two laid eyes on one another was after proceedings resumed following the recess. Since then, they've been in full view in the stands where such illicit discussions couldn't have... Nah, are you sure about that? They were discussing behind our backs while Gina was giving...
Exactly.
Gina was giving her statements.
Ooh, I just remembered something, Bruno.
What is it, Iris?
There was one time before, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's that time where they were colluding.
I think it was when Ginny was testifying.
I am awake. Oh yes, now that you mention it. When the bailiff was dispatched to retrieve McGilded's music box from the scene of the crime. That's it. It was during that testimony. I remember finding it strange at the time. Mr. Graydon and the inspector seems to be having some kind of secret discussion. It would have been possible for you to give Mr. Graydon the information he needed then.
You little toad. You're making all this stuff up. I'm a respectable Scotland Yard inspector, for crying out loud. Why would I do something like that? Why would I be giving away confidential details to the likes of this bloke?
Admittedly, you wouldn't have had any reasons to do something like that for no gain. But perhaps it was a part of a deal of some kind. Then it started to make more sense. What deal, Counsel? I wonder if perhaps in exchange for details about the people at the crime scene, Mr. Graydon agreed to give a certain something to the inspector.
More fish and chips!
Do you know what it is?
I'm sure I need not remind the inspector that, if found to be true, striking any deal of any kind with a witness would be considered a gross case of malfeasance. Malfeasance.
I don't know.
Well,
It's becoming clear that jumping in with accusations is this Nipponese student's specialty. I don't do that. But with the stakes so high, the prosecution is not prepared to listen to baseless charges. It is incumbent on the defense now to present evidence in support to this diabolical claim. Evidence?
Just what are you proposing that the inspector demanded of the witness in return? The court must see proof of this alleged deal. If Inspector Gregson really did strike a deal with Mr. Graydon, then logically, there's only one thing he could have asked for. That must be it.
Bruno, do you think it could be?
Yes. It's the missing link that would join all the dots together in this puzzle. I must press you for an answer now, Counsel. What evidence explains the nature of the alleged deal that Inspector Gregson made with the witness?
It's the
Wait, hold on.
people.
Mhm.
Right?
So disc then?
Yeah, try out.
Okay, you're right. The music stopped. Inspector Gregson. Besides this murder, it is not true that you've been working on another very important case.
What are you getting at now, Sunshine?
Is it possible that this other top secret case is what's alluded in this newspaper article here? The classified secrets being leaked overseas from the Ministry of Justice.
How the bloody Nora could you?
We discovered during the course of this trial the music box deposited at Windybanks by Magnus McGilded. It's a special music box designed to play 2 discs at once. Yeah, I know that it needs 2 discs. But right, why... I'm trying to figure out, is Graydon the one that is giving a disc to Gregson? Or is Gregson giving like a disc or the music box to Graydon?
No, I think it's
I think
because
it's Graydon giving
yeah.
the music, Graydon giving the disc to Gregson in exchange for information, and
Yeah.
because Gregson is investigating something important for like
government.
for like secret intel, like the intel on the government. Okay, yeah.
Stop.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Wait.
I understand.
You want Arvan to continue?
No, Arvan already said basically that. So I already said
okay.
what I wanted.
That's
is what he wanted to say.
I thought he was gonna explain it. Sorry, Arvan.
Other leaked classified secrets.
Don't eat your fish and chips, baby.
So I put it to you, Inspector, that in order to recover the second of the disc containing those secrets, you covertly made a deal with Mr. Graydon in which you exchanged the discs for details of the case. Oh my god, it's a Cornet one. Finally, we heard Cornet.
We had him cornered.
Order! On a day of the incident, when we met at Windybanks, you said this.
I'll be taking that whatsoever it is of McGillis down to the yard, thank you very much. So, hand it over.
No, don't give it to him. That's mine, Elias, mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGillis has to be taken in as evidence now.
Scotland Yard already knew at that time, didn't they? That Magnus McGilded was involved in the stealing of government secrets.
My orders were recover the medium used to convey secrets leaked from the ministry, and do it on the QT, strictly hush-hush.
And that explains why when I presented this disc as evidence to the court, you objected so heavily, I presume. Because you knew that it contained highly confidential information.
Blimey, not likely. I mean, I wasn't that sure of it myself. I realized there was a possibility, that's all.
Inspector, surely you're not saying that in order to acquire the second of this music disc,
You did indeed reveal confidential details of the crime scene to the witness. To aid and abet this man giving false testimony.
There's no other way that Mr. Graydon could have known of the existence of the people. It's the only explanation. A deal was struck between these two men. Whoo! Jojo.
Order.
If, as I stress, if this sobering assertion turns out to be founded in truth, it would mean that the second disc is, as we speak, here in this very courtroom. Wait, what? In this room? How could you possibly make a claim like that? Because Inspector Gregson is a Scotland Yard detective. What?
What is that supposed to mean, eh?
As a seasoned policeman, the inspector would have approached this alleged deal with caution. Certainly, he would not have accepted a gentleman's agreement to this matter. No, he would have insisted on having the article agreed upon in the palm of his hands.
Good gracious, then, you mean to say Inspector Gregson already has this item in question in his possession? He has the second disc actually in his person.
The defendant demands that the inspector is searched at this once.
Definitely. They could only have struck a deal with each other when Ginny was testifying before. And Grexy hasn't moved from the witness stand since.
I thought, please, order an examination on his personal effects immediately.
Well, Inspector,
Yes, calmly eat the last of your chips.
this young lad wants to tone down his imagination. He's insulted me and my profession quite enough. However, if it's put this matter to bed and dispel any doubts about my involvement, then I'll happily submit to a body search.
Watch him just have the disc up my ass.
He sus. No.
Watch him.
He sus.
Watch
No,
him.
don't search him. Don't search him.
KK is trying everything in her power to stop me from saying he has hidden the disc in his ass.
No!
What?
He's agreeing to it because it's not with him.
Is going to agree to it? I presume you're aware of the precipice of which you now teeter, my learned student friend. You must made a serious allegation against Scotland Yard here. If, following the search of the inspector's personal effect, no disc is found, you will be deemed unfit for court service. This trial will end, and my country's government will formally demand of yours that you are severely reprimanded. That sounds serious.
Indeed it is. To have a visiting student make such defamatory remarks about our country's most senior police force is not something Her Majesty's government would be able to overlook.
You're just threatening Bruno because you're scared, bitches.
The accusation is beyond serious, bitch. You must be prepared for grave consequences, bitch. It's true, bitch. I can't imagine Gregson would have accepted a gentleman's agreement for something so critical. Bitch.
That means it's not with him.
The disc must have physically changed hands, which means the inspector bitch should have it. But somehow, something doesn't feel quite right here.
Very well, bitches.
I think they should search.
Very well, bitches. You know the implications, so let me ask you one final time. Yes, my bitch.
I can't. Okay. Serious.
No,
Serious.
no, 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 no. If he agrees to it, it means it's not with him.
With
But
with
no. But
search
if you
someone else.
remember- No, if you remember, right? Do you remember something?
What?
Gregson and Nash. They were fighting.
Yes.
Then, you know that. You know what that means?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Yes, the defense formally demands the search to be conducted.
Well,
Don't say you weren't warned. But your typically Nipponish stubbornness may well land you in hot waters this time. Perhaps the lesson will do you some good.
Fair enough. I've got nothing to hide.
very well
Wait,
then.
do you search the correct? Press the correct one.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
The defense demands a search, but not of Inspector Gregson. What?
Now what the balls are this? I'm the one you're accusing, aren't I? I thought you want to search me.
You're too confident, bitch.
You're too cocky, bitches. No, bitch. Not you. Someone else.
What's the meaning of all this, eh? Last did I last have you, sunshine? I was fully prepared to spread my ass cheeks for you. The court shouldn't have to put up with this nonsense. You're being completely irrational.
Order.
Be quiet, all of you.
Oh.
Bruno's doing what you've all told him to do and having the courage of his convictions.
But why did I give Iris a fucking
I
man?
don't know. We don't know who it is.
So you should respect that and listen to what he has to say in good faith.
Bitches.
Because that's the British way.
I mean the bitches way.
I'm a 10-year-old.
Well said, young lady.
I'm a 10-year-old.
Indeed, this court is in awe of the defense counsel's conviction and eagerly awaits his next words.
What? Oh, don't be hasty, my lord.
You nervous, bitch.
If I'm not mistaken about the things I've seen in court today, I'm fairly sure that I know who has the disc at the moment. There's only one person it has to be.
Counsel, of whom do you request the search of now?
Nash.
Potato and mash! Potato and mash!
Nash.
Oh. Potato and
Click?
mash? No, I pressed E instead of R. Of my lord. Of my
ass.
lord, Mr. Nash Skulkin.
Well, I never.
Me? Him?
Very well then. Bailiff, restrain the witness and conduct a thorough search of his personal effects.
Please, my lord.
Inspector,
Scotland Yard has to object to this. Motherfucker, man.
Scotland Yard has no.
Unfortunately for you, Inspector, your objections carry no weight here. In this courtroom, only the prosecution and the defense has the authority to object.
But Lord Van Sykes.
I have no idea what forces are in play that might influence your actions. Watch it be. Hella sus bitch Spectre. But right, watch it be like, you know, Now You See Me, the movie
Oh.
Now You See Me, right? Where shit gets moved around here and there everywhere. Watch it be that way. But personally, I have no intention of obstructing the course of this trial.
bailiff, carry out the search.
Now, animal. I don't know nothing about no disc. Cut it out, man. Ah!
What?
Don't spat my cheeks!
Here, my lord. In the witness's pocket. I found this.
Yes!
Good lord, that's another music box disc.
I don't know nothing about it, nothing.
That is the second music box disc left behind by Magnus McGild. It is not Inspector Gregson's! Is it not Inspector Gregson? Oh, okay.
Oi! Order, bitches! Order! Mr. Skulkin, what have you to say for yourself?
Gordon's Bennett, I mean, that's Gordon Fleming Bennett, man. I swear, I didn't know nothing about the disc, honest to God.
Counsel, would you please explain what exactly is going on here? The alleged deal that was struck between this witness and this detective know
Why Bennett get bought here? I don't know, man. Bennett is a good boy. Your kid did nothing wrong.
No. Gordon Bennett is another Cockney slang.
I know. But you know, Bennett from Genshin, he's a good kid. He done nothing wrong. Without question, my lord.
Then for pity's sake, why on earth was this man in possession of the disc that the inspector traded for information?
Inspector Gregson is a shrewd, calculating man who rarely loses his composure. He rarely loses his fish and chips also. But at one particular point in this trial, he exhibited some unusual behavior for a brief moment.
I don't recall what unusual behavior.
Yes, just...
It was, yes, during my cross-examination of Mr. Graydon. Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left for the pawnbrokery that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket? I admit to nothing of the sorts. While Mr. Graydon answered my questions, the inspector appeared to have grabbed Nash Culkin by his coat and was shaking him violently.
Yeah, he did all that. Though, I was washing up the part as me brother, I was.
And what exactly happened to make the detective attack you like that?
I ain't got a clue. You just suddenly turned and grabbed me whilst like that and started shaking me.
So,
Oh no.
As I recall what he was saying, Governor,
Why in the blazes did you mention a third gun when we got near down to the station?
that's what he said. Yelled it right into my ear hole, he did. Me head hurts now.
The way the detective behaved then was extremely out of character. But looking back now, it must have been then that he did it. That was the opportunity Inspector Gregson created for himself in order to hide the disc.
Well, bless my wig.
Your wig is blessed. I have condoned this blessing in the name of the Lord. He hid it?
But I'm afraid I fail to comprehend the motive here. If the detective has
are you sure about that?
If the detective has acquired the disc he was after, why on earth would he then proceed to hide it in another man's pocket? This is a court of law. He could have submitted the item as evidence.
Yes, blessed. It would appear, my lord, that the inspector was not at liberty to do that.
Why ever not? As the man himself revealed earlier, this current assignment has some special conditions.
My orders were recover the medium used to convey the sacred lead from the ministry, and then do it on the QT, strictly hush hush. Hush hush? A top secret assignment, is it?
As far as we are aware, the information stolen comes from confidential government communications. It would seem that if that information were to be revealed in court as evidence, it would be problematic. Does that sum up the situation, Inspector?
I'm operating under direct orders from the ministry. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to answer that question.
So, realizing there was a chance that you may be searched here in court, you took steps to hide the disc that he had acquired from the witness.
Ah, does this mean?
He only pretended to attack Mr. Skulken in order to get close enough to him, to slip the second disc in his pocket.
So, it was all a pretense? Well now, Inspector Gregson, and you, Mr. Graydon, are you prepared to admit to the accusation made against you of this alleged deal?
Jojo Post.
Jojo Post, admit to it. Yours truly. Please. Mr. Graydon? Clearly, our eastern visitor has an uncommonly active imagination. However, there's no proof that I passed that disc to that inspector. But then, how do you explain the reason why you knew about the people? I'm under no obligation to explain. What? Yes, I lied in my testimony. That I admit, so sentence me accordingly. But that is all I admit. Murder, leaking government secrets, striking deals with a detective. All of it is this young Eastern man's fantasy.
You fucking racist.
I have no idea of any of that, what any of that is about. You.
What?
Well, what about you then, Inspector Gregson? Do you admit to making a deal with Mr. Graydon in order to acquire the disc?
No. I'll say no.
Ladies and gents of the jury, Mr. Scotland Yard Inspector, I would declare this and nothing more. I am acting in the best interest of the country. Whatever I've done, it has been in the name of justice. So, as members of the public of this fine country, I'd like to think that justice will be your guiding light when you're making your decisions. Thanks and always.
False appeal to authority.
This is quite a contrary indeed. Rarely have I encountered such extraordinary tumultuousness in the tumultuousness in the concluding of a trial. Nevertheless, in the absence of any further evidence to be presented, I believe it is time that we put the matter to the jury for their final leanings.
Well now, as a fellow servant of the Queen and country, I must say I sympathize with the old inspector.
Oh. No. Fuck.
Excuse me, what? Miss?
No.
Miss? Miss?
What?
Miss, it's
What?
your turn, miss.
Oh, yes, he's a dependable man. Sure, in service, one becomes a good judge of character.
No. Shut up.
Yeah, even crossing your eyes doesn't help when it comes to looking at this case. It's all blurred to me.
Well, as a fellow professional, I like to put my faith in the detective, really.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently in the presence of idol. Stop.
Oh my god. This biased jury.
Detective has very much trust in eyes. More than this, I cannot say.
I don't believe it. These 6 jurors are... They're going to believe Gregson? If they declare their decisions now...
Is Ginny going to be found guilty?
If I don't manage to produce some definitive evidence right now, then...
Definitive.
Yeah, I said definitive. Definitive.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I did correct myself after that. So fuck you, KK. Right now,
Fuck you
then.
too.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Vicky!
Fuck you, man. We're going to
Okay,
lose.
continue!
Either some proof that Graydon killed Mr. Windybank or stole those government secrets, or some evidence to force Gregson into admitting that he struck a deal with the witness.
Well
We need
then,
one last
counsel,
piece.
I think it's time I impose on the jurors to declare their final decisions, no? That is, unless you have some compelling evidence you have thus far not presented to the court.
If I let the judge call on the jurors to announce their leanings, Gina will be found guilty.
There's no choice then, Bruno. You have to throw some more evidence at them.
This is it now. It all comes down to this. Who do I present evidence against? Gregson or Graydon? Wait,
Gregson. No, because... No.
what?
Because now they're believing in Gregson.
Mm-hmm.
They're now believing Gregson.
Okay.
So, to make sure that you're against Gregson, so that the jury to their answer. Now they have faith in Gregson. Most of them, at least.
So it's
Also,
Graydon.
There's no... I think, Gregson.
But what
Yes.
evidence is there?
The
Sorry, you're cutting out.
Piece.
What?
puzzle.
You're cutting out. Sorry,
The
yes?
puzzle.
Yes?
Final piece
Hello?
to the puzzle.
Hello? Miss, you're cutting out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Miss, you're cutting out, miss.
Oh my God.
Hello? Let's go for Hills. Oh, okay. Did your internet die or something?
I have no idea. Am I still cutting out?
Your Wi-Fi sucks, man. Get Ethernet. Okay, she cut out. Fuck, man. Inspector Gregson, there's one final piece of evidence I would like you to see.
Okay, finally.
Aye? What's that then?
If you refuse to acknowledge that you did in fact strike a deal with the witness here today, then you leave us no choice but to examine this piece of evidence thoroughly.
They're
Well,
gonna play the music.
go on.
They're gonna play the music.
This is my last chance. It looks like I'm going to have to force his hand here. One final piece of evidence to get this detective to admit to the deal he clearly struck with Graydon.
They're gonna play the clip. Play the clip.
Who? Is that Mr. McGilda's peculiar music box, counsel?
Yes, with a disc already in place, ready to play. I think perhaps now would be a good time to listen to the sound produced by the music box again. Yes, we are committing treason, baby! Let's get it! Woo!
Treason! Treason! Only this time, with the second disc we just discovered set in place as well. Goodness, this disc council.
No, no, wait. I can't let you do that.
Why not?
But, because, well, because it's got nothing to do with this case, that's why.
Not true, Inspector.
Hey,
The defense has already proposed that the sounds heard by the court earlier from this music box were part of a Morse code message. We know the Morse code comprises of 2 distinct tones. The defense believed that the second disc contains the second tone needed to complete the message. And now we have a chance to confirm that theory.
for crying out loud, Sunshine. We're talking about state secrets here. If you go letting the whole courtroom hear confidential information like that, it's treason.
Then, do you admit the charge? That in order to protect those state secrets, you engaged in unlawful dealings with the witness? Oh my god! We are ruthless!
You're gone mad. If you let that secret information out into the public domain,
No, it's not. We're not even like. It's not even like him confessing about
Is that even? Here's the thing: if he reveals it, right, and he still does not admit it, right?
No, if you think about it this way, right? If you think about it this way, what if Gregson, right, just like a shot in the dark, okay, as a hypothetical like situation, right? What if Gregson didn't actually do any unlawful dealings, right? And Ryunosuke just blurts out blurts out state secrets in Morse code.
Isn't? But that means Ryunosuke will.
Yeah, we will be in jail, not Gregson. But
No, but Gregson will still be because he's the one with the evidence.
what?
No, because Gregson is the one with the music box and the disc, right?
Yes.
That means that even if Ryunosuke gets caught, Gregson will also get caught because he's the one with the devices, and he also failed Scotland Yard.
Oh, that's
so he's
true.
also
That's
in
true.
big trouble here.
That's true. That's true. But right, in my hypothetical, right, it's not his fault though, no.
It's not his fault,
because he's it's like the only thing that he's not the only crime that he's not guilty for in my hypothetical situation is the unlawful dealing. But he will be guilty of letting someone outside the police force handle evidence for a ongoing investigation. Yes.
You'll be making an enemy of the entire British government, you idiot.
Let's not forget, Inspector, that you, a Scotland Yard officer, leaked confidential case details to a witness. That you continued to lie to the court, and all because by fair means or foul, you're determined to do your duty. Well, by fair means or foul, I'm prepared to do mine.
Don't you dare, Sunshine.
I will stop at nothing to protect my client. I don't care who I make an enemy of. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
Van Dyke is like, holy shit, he's more of a
President.
reaper than me, bitch.
My lord, if you please, the court must hear the sounds made by that music box.
Come on, Van Sykes.
For Pete's sake, stop him! Oh! Inspector, you should know my methods by now. I'm a prosecutor, not a Scotland Yard puppet. in this courtroom. My duty is to the law. So let me propose a toast to uncovering the truth by fair means or foul. No! Very well. The defense stands here and that of the prosecution has been made very clear, I feel. Therefore, in accordance with the defense request, the court will now listen as the music box is set in operation once more. This time, with the second disc in place and both discs playing simultaneously.
Ready.
Oh, listen to that! It's unmistakable now. It's Morse code. All right, I admit it. Whether shut that blooming music box up.
Yay!
Let me ask you again then, Inspector Gregson. Did you, or did you not, strike a deal with the witness next to you in the stands, Mr. Ashley Raiden? Specifically, did you not furnish the witness with confidential case details in exchange for this music box disc? Did you reveal the existence of the people in the pawnbroker storeroom door, Inspector?
I did.
Stop. What are you doing, man?
It's exactly like this youngest lawyer said. When the trial resumed after the recess and we were stood here in the stands together, that's when he approached me with a deal.
Shut up, you imbecile. Shut up! Psst. You there. You're the detective who turned up at the pawnbroker the other day, aren't you? I may have something you're looking for, Inspector, with me at this moment. So, how about a trade? I suggest you accept. Or information that may make certain individuals uncomfortable will soon become very public indeed.
I couldn't let that information become public knowledge, not under any circumstances. So I accepted the man's proposal and told him details about the case that should have put him in the clear. The people in the storeroom door and the bloodstains on the overcoat.
By giving false testimony, this witness intended to have the defendant wrongly accused of murder. Inspector, you knew that? Yet you still revealed those details to facilitate the witness' perjury.
I did. But then it turns out that the people had only been made that night after the incident took place. Scotland Yard wasn't aware of that, if I'm perfectly honest.
Well, Mr. Graydon, what do you have to say for yourself? There's nothing and no one left for you to hide behind. You struck a deal with the inspector in order to escape conviction of a very serious crime. Namely this. You are the third intruder who broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question. And
You killed this.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Renosuke is mine. Can the mouse?
Sorry?
Okay, and you perpetrated the murder of the proprietor, Mr. Pop Windybank. You. Oh my God, his cane broke. Traitor! Oh my God,
Oh God.
another murder is taking place. Bailiff! Bailiff, restrain that man! At once!
Wow, Graydon.
That's it then. It's all over. Is it? Is it now?
Morse code, Morse code.
I despised my life growing up. Those
I think
slums
this
are
is
vile places. I was cursed from birth.
I think this was Graydon, right?
Born in poverty, the son of a penniless artisan. That's why I'm giving him that fucking voice.
Sorry, bro.
My parents did nothing but quarrel all day long. What little money they had was never spent on me. So I set about studying, to better myself, to one day escape from that hellhole.
And you eventually became a communications officer. I admire your determination.
But then you decided to try to sell government secrets. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money. Even now, years later, the nightmare of my life is the slums wake me up in the small hours. I wanted to drown them out with more money than anyone who lived in that squalor could ever imagine. Then one
Cry,
day,
baby, cry.
I met him,
The love of my life.
Mr. Magnus McGilded. You're a fiend with a queer talent, so you are. I've money to throw your way if you're interested. All you need to do is go along with me little plan now. I was going to steal the ministry's telegraphic message logs, and McGilded would buy them for a handsome sum. As I am responsible for the inspections of the ministry's communication office, it was a simple task enough. Simple enough task. Yeah. The lure of the devil's offspring. How easy it is to succumb. Offspring. The devil's offspring.
Offspring, the baby.
wait, hold on. Let me reread that. The lure of the devil's offspring. How easy is it to succumb?
But you must surely have realized the seriousness of the crime you were committing.
And for that reason, I took great length to ensure that my actions were untraceable. By using the music box. My father was a brickmaker, though my mother divorced him when I was still a child. Yes, Mr. Mason Milverton. That's right. He was very skilled with his hands. He made my mother Stop!
Stop! What the fuck? How horny are you?
That's right. That's right. He was very skilled with his hands. He pleasured my mother day and night before I was born. He'd once been a music box maker's apprentice. I imagined his skills would be sufficient to create a machine that could generate Morse code. So I sought out my father again to employ his services. It was the first time I've seen him since I left the slums 10 years earlier.
My son. Can I be the dad? Could you what a fine comedy.
He was a different man to the one in my memory. A thin, frail old man. But poverty has never broken him. Never corrupted him like it had me. I was sure
that he wouldn't help me if I told him the real reason. So I made up a
Oh
story.
my god.
I've got some work for you, Father. I need some music box disc made.
Music box discs. Music box discs, eh?
Yes, Father. Music box discs. A musician friend of mine has written some music he wanted to sell to the public. I've brought the score with me. There are two, actually. I'll be... Oh,
I'd be delighted, son. It's been 20 years since I did any work like this, though. Fetch my tools, would you? They're in the loft.
that's how I had him make those two discs. Thereby splitting the information in two, you were taking considerable precaution indeed. It was to protect myself as much as anything. It meant that I could deal with McGilded in two separate transactions. The first involves the first of the two discs and the music box for playing them. I exchanged them with McGilded for 10 guineas. Whoa, 10 guineas! Holy
Whoa,
shit!
guinea pigs!
Holy shit, 10 guineas! How
10
much is
guinea pigs.
how much is 10 guineas again? I forgot.
Hey Siri, how much is 10 guineas? Hey Siri, how is 10 guineas? You thought I said penis.
Oh, I know.
How much
It's
is
basically
10 guineas?
2k.
Never mind, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
Siri's an idiot.
basically 2k's.
Damn.
About now, I guess.
Mm.
Then
Okay,
on
continue.
receipt of the second disc, he would pay 1,000 guineas.
Oh, what happened at the omnibus was the silence.
The pound would be worth, oh my god, that's not a lot.
So basically, what happened in the omnibus is to silence his father.
So, what happened on the omnibus 2 months ago? Holy fuck. Yeah, basically it's like what? 30k? No, that's only like one, isn't it?
Yeah, one of them.
So it's 60k. So in total he got 70k.
A lot of money.
No, not 70k, fuck. 90k.
Your math is great.
Yes. Was the second part of a deal? The exchange of the second disc? Yes. I've sold the man information that way a number of times already. But it seems he became reluctant to part with his money. But that doesn't quite make sense, Mr. Graydon. For why was it that on the omnibus 2 months ago, your father, Mr. Milverton, was the one dealing with Mr. McGilded and not yourself? When I received 1,000 guineas after my first completed deals with McGilded, I decided to give 200 to my father for his troubles. 200 guineas?
And then he corrupted his father.
But my father realized something was amiss. In time, he worked out that I must be involved in something dubious, and when he did, he said to me,
Next time there's an exchange, you let your own men do it, understand? Otherwise, I won't take your money anymore.
That
Then don't.
was my father's way of dealing with it, I suppose.
Climb into the omnibus. Oh, that's you. That's great.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It has his
Fuck.
name there.
I'm sorry, bro.
climb into
Only
the
like this.
omnibus, hand over the disc, and take the money from McGilded. That's it. He had no idea what was actually on the disc I've actually had him make. He never knew. Just like I never know what everything went so horribly wrong that night. All I know is that the disc was taken from him, and he never returned home. It was only then that I found out what sort of a monster McGilded really was. So after 10 years of not once uttering it, I swore on my father's name.
Jojo pose.
Jojo pose. Actual Jojo pose. To exact revenge. Revenge? As anyone with even the remotest knowledge of the man will no doubt be able to imagine. So it was Graydon that burnt McGilded. McGilded brought all his wealth and influence to bear in the most despicable of ways. To crush any semblance of justice in his trial. The crime scene was tampered with, evidence was fixed, and the witnesses were bribed. That trial 2 months ago was a farce from start to finish. My feet had barely touched British soil back then, and I walked into that hornet's nest completely unaware of the sinister background to it all. I've made plenty of money out of my dealings with McGilded by then, so I spared nothing in my arrangement 2 months ago. I knew exactly who to hire. If you're willing to pay the price, there are people in this city willing to do anything you ask. McGilded himself had shown me that. Are you saying that? I think you have the picture now. After he twisted everything in his favor in this courtroom to ensure that he walked free, I took matters into my own hands and delivered the justice that monster deserved. That tragic accident following the trial here 2 months ago was planned and executed by yours truly. McGilded's death that day was caused by this man? It's him, in the officer outfit. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
What's this, officer? 'Tis too soon than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, Al must be making me tracks now. This time for the inspection. They are going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
So that policeman who came to tell McGilded he could examine the omnibus again? That's right, an imposter, hired by me. McGilded used his wealth to manipulate the trial. He paid people to adulterate the omnibus with all manners of false evidence. He threatened witnesses to lie in his testimony.
Do you realize that Graydon became the very person McGilded is?
Yes. Remember you, Hunter, when you are killing a monster, you hunt in your path. Oh, you are spitting truth bombs.
Yeah.
So I gave the man a taste of his own medicine. Once the omnibus was doused in paraffin, one of my sham policemen ushered McGilded inside and sent him on a one-way trip down to hell. Pooh.
Jojo pose.
An eye for an eye. That's how I avenged my father's death. Spine-chilling account indeed. But that wasn't the end of it for me. There was a loose end, you see.
The music disc.
A loose end? Yes, I should think it's obvious. The second disc, which my father had taken to exchange with McGilded. Oh, yes. There was indeed no mention of it in the man's trial 2 months ago. Clearly because it had been removed from the scene of the crime. When I realized it was missing, I remembered something. Something from the first time I've dealt with McGilded. This is the first of the 2 discs and the music box you need to play them.
Well, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. So then, as promised, 10 guineas for you, young man.
What's this? Windybank's pawnbrokery.
Aye, 'tis a pawnbroker's ticket, so it is. You can use it to redeem an articles I've deposited there for you. There's no need to give it a name. Just hand over the ticket and tell the fiend the watchword. I've put a jewel in pawn for you. It'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it, so it will.
I've never heard of a pawnbrokery being used in quite that way before.
Have you not, Mr. Graydon? London's pawnbrokeries are very useful places, you know. Each one is like an extremely secure vault.
So I knew that if he'd taken steps to hide the disc, it would be in that pawnbrokery somewhere. And that on the night he killed my father, he would have entrusted the ticket to someone. Yes,
Gina.
to Gina. I remember now that when we first met you at Windybanks that afternoon 2 days ago, Beer Kid found this disc, used the disc as a frisbee. It's stuck in a tree somewhere. Case closed forever.
You know, like Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
He has a
He has a razor blade head.
yeah.
You had a description of Miss Lestrade written down. How did you know who you were looking for? From the trial, that pickpocket's testimony was clearly particular. Anyone could see that. I realized immediately that she was another of McGilded's pawn, that he must have threatened her somehow. I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket, so I started to make some enquiries.
Enquiries?
I had a strong suspicion that the girl would come out of the woodworks on the redemption deadline. And he was absolutely right. And yes, sure enough she did. All I need to do was to wait until the girl went to Windybanks to redeem the articles. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilded's overcoat and the disc that was in its pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing, because it had already been forfeited 2 days ago. 2 days earlier. But I was unaware of that fact. Had I not been, I could have avoided my nighttime excursion.
Meanwhile, as our investigation is into the stolen government secrets was progressing, we've picked up on the fact that McGilded was involved.
Inspector, you've recovered fast.
My orders were to recover stolen information as quickly as possible. So we started gathering that fellow's possession and examined whatsoever we could lay our hands upon. We had a full-scale investigation going on at the yard, but we had to keep it as quiet as we could.
Then, when the inspector here took the disc from me in the pawnbrokery that day, I became nervous. I was sure the music box and the second disc were still in that shop somewhere, so I knew that it was a race against time. I had to find those articles before the police did. So that's what prompted you to break into the place that same night? With the help of your old friends, the Skulken brothers. What happened that night in the pawnbrokery? I can only describe as a nightmare. While Nash and Ringo were searching the counter, I had located the music box and I sold to McGilded on the shelves of forfeited articles. And the second disc was inside. Yes, I slipped it into my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief. But then, something entirely unexpected happened. Oh, what are you doing in my shop? Bang! Ah!
Oh, that's where he shot him.
A gunshot rang out in the shop and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm. The broker fired his gun and the bullet pierced your limb. Yes, exactly. But unfortunately, I had decided to bring my own gun with me that night, just in case. Bang! Ah! Before I knew what was happening, I fired back. The man had already turned to flee. I had no intention to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. It struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door for refuge. Oh, sorry, tale. It all took place in the blink of an eye. I don't imagine Nash and Ringo ever realized what had happened at first. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Windybanks on that wretched night. Wow, everyone is speechless, man.
Yay, Ginny!
What? Why is it so quiet? It sounds like someone someone died in here. Pun not intended. Earlier you called McGilded a monster. A man who used his wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice for the crime of a murder.
You just waste our time. For
What
6 hours.
Tragic irony. For what you have done is exactly the same.
Oh, my armpit smells.
I didn't need to know that, KK. You've become the very monster you saw and despised so deeply in McGilded. Yes, I think I have. What a guy. Well, this has been a long and exhausting trial. However, it would seem that at last we have arrived at the truth. Inspector Gregson, what of Mr. Ashley Graydon, Milverton?
He's been restrained, my lord, and is being escorted to the yard. He'll be charged with the murder of Mr. Windybank and the stealing of government secrets.
Very good. And you, Inspector, regrettably you will have to face charges yourself.
Yes, my lord, of course.
It transpired that you were complicit in helping a criminal escape justice. That fact remains, whether or not you were doing so in the line of duty. The crime is a serious one, Inspector, and inexcusable. Now to the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Yeah.
It is time for the final adjudication. Is the jury ready, Mr. Foreman?
Foreskin.
Yes, sir. Covered squadron standing by, sir. This is really it now. The last push, the final call, the final whistle. My men are ready to deliver their verdicts.
Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Bless you, whoever is watching.
Thank you.
You will now declare your final decisions to the court.
Who's I? Who's I? Ooh.
Ahaha! That's the stuff. I'm off the hook.
No.
Finally, Bruno, you finally managed to do it.
Finally. Finally is the word. I really wasn't sure if you come out on top for a while there.
Susie was right. You're the best lawyer in the world.
Nah. The best lawyer title goes to Phoenix Wright, not me.
Wait. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you know Naruhodo?
Yeah, it's the Phoenix Wright is the descendant of Naruhodo, yes.
Yes.
Mr. Lestrade, I am not finished with you yet.
Eh? What? What are you
Oh,
looking at
yeah.
me like that for?
Perjury.
Before you start enjoying your freedom, there are certain other crimes to consider.
Eh?
2 months ago in my courtroom, no less, you gave false testimony, did you not? And in relation to the trial today, not only did you unlawfully enter Windybank's pawnbrokery, you also attempted to abscond with Mr. McGilded property, it seems.
Eh? I never done nothing on the sort.
Of course not. It's not like you were gleefully wearing McGilded's overcoat in your cell yesterday or anything.
Aw, just when I was getting excited about throwing a party for Jeannie this evening.
And turning our attention to the defense, determining that when played along with the music box, this contained some message in Morse code was, well, it was certainly a most unexpected revelation, counsel.
Quite so, my lord. The prosecution was caught entirely off guard. In fact, I think we should applaud my learned friend's courage here today. I propose a toast to demanding that government secrets be disseminated before the entire courtroom. Very sorry about that. It was the only way I could get Inspector Gregson to admit to what he had done, so...
If I may...
If I may say something on that point.
Isn't that...
Oh.
I didn't. It's about the sounds produced by the music before. I do wonder if that was really Morse code at all.
It's not even Morse code. What are you saying, ma'am?
Oh, well, it's just that I'm really rather fanatical when it comes to
Is-
Morse
is-
code, you see.
It's not even sensitive if information. It's just Mason, like thrice-fired Mason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knew that his son was involved in something illegal, so he just made a normal music disc to play in relation with the other one that he made, and it just
maybe.
makes a beautiful music box.
So much that the whole seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me, in fact. But
Goodness, madam. an unhealthy level of obsession one feels.
But I must say, in my opinion, the sounds produced by these two discs were nothing more than that. A meaningless series of two different tones.
What? Can that really be? It wasn't Morse code after all?
Hmm.
My lord, the defense would like to listen to the music box again.
No.
Why you off the nuts? How many times do I have to tell you that those discs contains ministerial secret, sunshine? This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of the government's communications. We know McGilded conspired to trade national secrets with our enemies. Secrets acquired from Mr. Graydon. Now that the man had admitted to his crimes, we have no need to pursue the matter further. But it's really going to bother me.
Iris knows something.
Mr. Strahd,
Yeah, my lord.
that which we have seen today here in the courtroom has been extremely disturbing. Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, a grim catalogue of depravity. An appalling experience to befall any child.
Come on. It ain't nothing I don't see most days back in the back slums.
I beg your
Is my
pardon?
Scottish better? Is my Scottish better?
I think so.
If you're weak, you pay for it. That's just low life goes.
How life goes.
Our life goes. Sorry, I thought it was low.
Our
Gina.
life goes. But look, I reckon I worked something out today. That word ain't fair, but if you want it to change,
You gotta be a detective.
you gotta stop at home. Gotta change how you air yourself.
Well, that's a very laudable lesson, I would say. I eagerly look forward to the bond against Mr. Strahd never gracing my courtroom with her presence again.
Eh,
Now, with regards to the murder of Mr. Pop Windybank, proprietor of a pawnbrokery business on Baker Street, I hereby declare the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, not guilty! Woo! Confetti! Fireworks!
Pew pew pew.
A bit of a fire hazard, eh? Hoi! Smoke screen! That is all. Court is adjourned. We did it! We made it!
Yay, we did it.
But it's not the final. It's not the final case in our series of battles. On a personal note, I must say you've surprised me, my Far Eastern friend. Oh! Despite being a Nipponese, you saw through the pretense to the malice that festered within that Englishman. And at the same time, saw through the grime to the surprising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. I don't think there's anything curious about it. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or the Empire of Japan, we're all human beings. We're not so very different on the inside. You know, I took this case for one very simple reason.
money.
To lock swords with you once again here in the courtroom. You did?
You did.
When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me of toasting friendship and trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed. Through you, I hope to look into the eyes of the man I once knew and try to understand. You mentioned something similar earlier today about total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. What happened exactly? Well, you may ask. And one day, when the time comes, you will learn the answer, whether you like it or not. Alright. Then I'll wait for that day if I must. Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Bailey, and my retirement from service 5 years ago, it gives me cause to wonder if our meeting here has some deeper purpose. So, farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow, until we meet again.
Stop crushing your cups.
We need to know how many chalices have we crushed. Can we have someone just like Google it?
Wait, let's just continue this.
It's done. It's over at last. But where's Iris disappeared to? Congratulations, Gina. I knew it all along. I knew that you weren't. I mean, I knew you were innocent.
Well, you did what you said you was an auto, though. You believe in me, right up to the end. Yes, all of you know.
What's odd about it? I told you I had faith in you, didn't I?
Yeah. No one's ever asked before, see? Have to promise, I mean, properly.
That's awful.
I figured something out today. All my life, growing up in the slums, never trusted no one. But that just cause I've been scared and being stabbed in the back? I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when it can let you down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I can understand that. After all, I had a taste of it in the trial 2 months ago. I chose to trust someone and paid for it. That total betrayal left a big scar. You know though, Gina, I worked something out quite recently too. Trusting in someone else is really an exercise in learning to trust yourself. And when your gut tells you it's the right thing to do and your trust is rewarded, there's no better feeling in the world. I think I have you to thank for reminding me of that valuable lesson.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat lot of sense to me, though.
I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure.
For crying out loud, pack it in. But I suppose I sort of feel the same way. I mean, sometimes trusting someone is, alright.
Thanks. This is the way I see it, Ryunosuke. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his clients. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. After this experience, I'm starting to think that I understand what you mean. Kazuma, am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believed I could be? Pardon the interruption.
Eh?
It shows. It shows.
I know, I see that fucking white hair of his. But what the deuces does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow? Ah, that voice! It's too late for that. The voice now, Mr. Naruhodo. I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. Yes, it was me all along. I would have said when finally you noticed me. But you people, with your incessant blabbering.
Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, it was me all along. You see?
Jesus.
I thought he was like,
Yeah, fainting, right?
yeah. I like to assume you've been taken back to the hospital, to be honest. Indeed I was, but I managed to escape yet again. Oh? I happen to be aware of one or two foibles of the doctors who was tending to me. I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily issued me with a leave of absence. How very above board. Bored, oh, okay. But enough of my adventures. That was a fine victory, Mr. Naruhodo. Your tireless efforts justly rewarded, I feel. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat at you. Oh, thank you.
Some great detective you are. Great at being causes eyes, maybe.
Have I irked you in some way, Miss Lestrade?
While you've been having a snooze in your nice soft bed, some of us have been fighting for their lives.
Well. That bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but, well, have a few. Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Sholmes? And in some way, I suppose, congratulations are in order for you too, Miss Lestrade.
What's that supposed to mean? Why so off-hearted?
Well, naturally, it isn't my intention to alarm you, but an acquittal in a trial with that particular prosecutor is perhaps a little precarious. Well done, Mr. Sholmes. Not alarming in the slightest.
Oh, Reaper, you mean? Because anyone who found not guilty in a trial, it was wings up dead anyway. Is that it?
The very point I was trying to make. And exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGilded, in fact. But of course, I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself. Is it drivel or drivel? Drivel, right? Drivel?
Yeah, well, it don't bother me.
Oh, really?
Of course not. The way I see it, the Ripple is a bit like Iron upstairs, him upstairs.
Him? Upstairs? You mean like God?
Yeah, him upstairs know what's what, right? And know what's people are like on the inside. It won't have got a rotten end of the stick. There's some folks like that bot truther. What, they're rotten to the core. At the end of the day, him upstairs make sure they get what they deserve.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Divine justice is one thing though. The Reaper taking matters into his own hands and claiming lives is another.
Well, I ain't like the McGildeds of this world, so I ain't scared. I got principles, you say?
A trait in you which is to be admired, Mr. Strahd.
Oi, just give it a rest, alright?
As I was saying, congratulations are in order. The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina.
Well, there you are, Hurley. How long have you been there? Honestly, I went to the main entrance especially to meet you there.
Ah, Iris, my dear, I do apologize. But wait until I tell you what happened. This pair made utter fools of themselves.
What happened?
As you can see, as you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in this room dressed as a bailiff. But these dogs didn't even notice my presence at all. They had no idea. Can you imagine, Iris? Wouldn't you credit it?
I'm not sure, really.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, Hurley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have.
Oof.
In fact, you really ought to be careful around that. It's gonna land you in trouble one day.
I'll be careful now, miss. Ouch.
Burned by a 10-year-old.
Well, anyway, it's such a shame. I was hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight. But you won't be able to come, will you? Don't look like gonna be nowhere for a little while. You heard the duck's patter. Got stopped to make amends for, apparently. All them offences. What is it again? Breaking and entering, taking the book truck to stuff that wasn't locked, what wasn't locked, blah blah blah.
Yes, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offense.
Eh, but that ain't an offense. It's a job, in it.
I don't think so.
Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work.
Yes, be a detective.
I mean, you didn't start off as a lawyer, did you, Odo?
Well, no. But I was never a pickpocket.
Well, anyway, I reckon I could make a change.
Yeah. And be a detective then.
I'm gonna do something that will all them look like me from the slums. Something that make a difference for them. That's a wonderful idea, Ginny, and I'm sure you can do it. What is it? Nothing.
Miss Gina Lestrade. The prison carriage has arrived, madam. Ma'am, come with me to the rear gate at once.
Right. Well, it looks like I'm off then.
Yes. Goodbye, Gina. And good luck.
Odo?
Yes? Ah! What was that for?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say, so...
Indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase Heathrow missing from the vocabulary, Miss Lestrade.
Eh?
On occasions such as this, I would recommend a simple thank you.
Oh. Oh, yes! It's good advice, Ginny! Right. I see. Well... Oh. Thank you, Odo. Thank you for everything, what you done, for believing in me.
Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina. Well, there she goes. I wonder if I will ever see her again. Well, well. Quite the indomitable pigpuss.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. It's a special edition, and its trial is all over the front page. Pickpockets, innocence proven. Isn't it wonderful?
Should have shown it to Gina, Iris. She would have been thrilled.
Oh well, oh no, how silly of me. Oh well. But anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Not again.
Yeah, well, what will you say, Bruno? Pearly?
As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news.
And there you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it?
Let's not go there.
Okay. Alright then. Maybe let's start with the good news this time. The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall, apparently.
Yes, Britain always rains.
Well, that is good news indeed. We can journey back in greater comfort. Alright then.
Alright then.
What's the bad news? The streets are flooded.
The huge storm has left seas very choppy.
Oh no, he's becoming Gina.
Very choppy. Channel in particular is awful, so sailings out of Dover have been delayed by a day or more.
Wait. Dover?
SP?
That's right. If we head to the station immediately, we may still make it in time to wave Susie off.
How is that bad news? That's excellent news. But there won't be a train, surely. We couldn't be that lucky. Who do you think I am, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Sholmes? I rushed to Victoria Station earlier and made arrangement for a special express. If we hurry now, we shall be there in time for dinner. And I know of a fine restaurant that serves the most delicious baked sole or sole.
I don't know. Sole mio.
Sole. I don't. The great detective does it again. Indeed, he does. Why can I hear myself?
I don't know.
KK?
Sorry. Is it me?
Yes, it's on your side.
Ah, fuck. I'll be...
What?
What happened?
I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily laid on the locomotive. Elementary.
Oh my god, how can you butcher? How can you butcher that? How can you butcher Sherlock's catchphrase? Ned, I'm disappointed in you.
I
Okay,
was
continue.
going for exemplary.
It's
Then
elementary, my dear Watson.
Yeah, no, it's not Watson, it's Wilson. That's why you're
Elementary,
wrong.
my dear Iris.
It's just an idea, but I might be wise to stop manipulating people that way.
What are we waiting for then? To London, Victoria.
What?
Whoa, that's early. That's not dinner.
That took somewhat longer than I had anticipated.
Susie's boat must be about to leave now.
Miss Susato, where are you? Oh shit! Over there! Look! It looks like she's reading something. And is she? No, she's. Miss Susato, wait! What are you doing?
Nani?
Nani?
Mr. Naruhodo, what are you doing here?
We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, we heard that sailings were being delayed due to the bad weather, you see.
Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go?
It went well. She was acquitted. Oh, that smile. That smile starts
Wonderful.
everything.
Really wonderful news. Do you think Naruhodo and Susato are together?
Oh, hell no.
Why?
Because if Naruhodo and Susato are together, then that makes Maya, and Phoenix all related together.
Oh. Oh, makes sense.
The book you were about to throw into the sea. It was your encyclopedia of British law, wasn't it?
Oh dear. I was hoping you hadn't seen that. I'm not worthy of practicing law in any way now. Law. So I was saying my final farewell.
You were saying goodbye to law? You? Susato-san? Would I be correct in assuming? It's because of the peephole, Miss Susato-san.
I deliberately altered the scene of a crime and then I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable. Oh no, I'm cutting off, is it?
That reminds me. How did you even come to have this, Susie?
On the evening of the incident, Mr. Sholmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time. Baby.
Well, Gina gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she? To the art of pickpocketing, I mean.
Oh, that was so much fun. I stole Runo's armband.
Yes. Please don't do that again, Iris. That band is very important to me.
Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. I didn't notice for ages.
On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the cattle flapper mat, so I put it in my sleeve.
Really?
Oh, then I rather forgot about it until I found myself in Mr. Winnipeg's shop with it later that night.
I see.
And then,
Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes!
Me, Mr. Naruhodo. Right.
after Mr. Naruhodo had left the shop, I started to think. That door started to play on my mind.
The storeroom door, you mean?
Yes, if Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realized it could be only behind that door. And at that moment, the little device that I had up on my sleeve sprang to mind. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know.
So, you used the cat flapper mat to make the peephole in the door?
It's captured in a photographic print of the shop. By Miss One of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
Indeed, it was the first importance that point. Precisely when the peephole was made, that information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon. Though naturally, without proof, it would have amounted to nothing. Nothing, I would say, my dear fellow.
But when I looked through the hole in the door, I saw you. The sight that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remembered that trial 2 months earlier.
The trial of
The
Magnus
trial of
McGill.
Magnus McGill. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that was not Susato. I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimony to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then a terrible thought occurred to me. What if some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now? because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina has shot Mr. Windybank.
Windybank.
Even though I was sure she would never have done such a thing.
You were worried about the true culprit. You were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime?
That's right, but then I realized it will be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case.
What do you mean?
Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have been a way to see beyond that door.
For which a peephole would be the very thing.
Only the peephole I had made wasn't actually there until after the crime has been committed, of course. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference.
But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not? A trap? Is that why she did it?
So is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? You never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone. Not even to the police.
Police. I know. And I knew at the time I was doing it was wrong, a criminal offense even. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Sholmes. But Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner, with no other possible means of escape. The truth about the peephole could save him. That was my plan.
She really does think of everything. But then, why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began? My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If she had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade. Ah. You could have been disbarred if you had been seen to have knowingly tampered with the crime scene. So Miss Susato decided to shoulder the burden of responsibility alone. For your sake and Miss Lestrade's. Miss Susato.
The truth is, when it happened, I did it because of love. I'd lost a little of my faith in the law.
Oh.
I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that, I soon, the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant.
What you did isn't comparable to what he did. Raiden is the one who lied in the witness stand, using that peephole as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, if the peephole inconsistency hadn't existed, I'm not at all sure that she would have been acquitted in the end. Miss Susato, what you did saved Gina's life. Hi, Ash. Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Ash.
You are watching the last part, the
Wait,
final
can I ask you a
part.
question? Can I ask you a
Yes,
question?
yes, go.
You said that Susato and who is related?
Susato. Okay, so Susato is Mia and Maya's ancestor. Mia and Maya Fey.
I know.
Mhm.
There's no. And how do you know that?
Don't they look alike?
What? According to the wiki, they are not related.
Are they not though?
Yeah, they are not related.
Oh my
According to
god!
the wiki, they are not related.
Oh my god! Okay, then maybe I was wrong. I have no idea.
Well, with your kind words, Mr.
Assuming.
Naruhodo, you've saved me too from my.
In my defense, I was catching up on my sleep. Oh, it's okay, Ash. Catch up on sleep.
okay,
Sleep is
Ash.
important, man.
Yeah, and then doesn't sleep.
I
That's
sleep.
why he's old.
Fuck you. I sleep.
Okay, I already said my line.
Yeah.
Next.
Hold on.
I love you. You love me. We're a happy family.
Well, we must all be thankful that Mr. Lestrade's freedom has been assured. Yes, exactly. Although some of the loose ends in the trial will continue to play out on my mind, I'm sure.
But the revelations of the music box disc contain secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo. What a triumph to work that out! I'm full of admiration and love.
Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was.
Oh, it wasn't?
There was a communications officer among the jury member, you see, a telegraph operator. And she said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones. As one would expect, after all, we are talking about secret government communications. No doubt they were written in cipher to avoid being readily understood should they have been intercepted. In cipher? I see. So then, we could never have hoped to understand the message anyways. Nonsense, my dear fellow. It's quite a zero pipeline problem, I assure you. Did he make another copy?
A
So
So...
Asogi? Kazuma Asogi?
Well, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny.
Wait, no.
Wait! Iris, what did you just say?
Oh, I just said asogi.
Asogi! Kazuma Asogi!
Does that word mean something to you?
Mean something? Asogi. What's the name of my best friend?
What?
But how? How do you know that name, Iris?
I wrote it down during the trial before, when the message was playing on the music box.
She transcribed it on the fly? She really is a genius.
I thought the message probably wouldn't be written out in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whatever I tried, the words just didn't make any sense. That is, in English at least.
Oh,
It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code, not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered it and added the to Morse code to use it in their own languages.
I don't believe it. Are you saying...
That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese Morse code once before.
by coincidence?
But I think it's based on the Iroha pangram, isn't it?
And you mean to say that in Japanese Morse code, the message says Asogi?
Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all the Japanese Morse code.
Iris, would you let me see that?
Mr. Sato, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code?
Yes, I spent some time studying it. Because I'm quite sure Morse code will become ever more important for international communication.
Nah, that's gonna be the telephone. And you're supposed to start... Wait,
Telegram.
I just realized that the flag up here is animated. Holy... What the fuck?
It's the only thing that's moving, right?
No, I think the light also is flickering, but that's
Yeah, it is.
Then might I recommend, my dear madam, that you focus your efforts on the English version?
Be that as it may. Iris, show me the message, please.
Show me the message.
Of course. Here you go.
San, Si.
That's Chinese,
Oh
bro.
shit!
Ichi.
Ichi, ni, san.
San. But what can this possibly mean?
Whatever it is the long sequence of supposedly meaningless dots and dashes.
It's made the color drain from Susato's face.
There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code.
So the British Empire has been using Japanese for its secret communications?
I don't understand the reason why, but the message appears at least of 4 people's names.
4 names?
The first is Kei Asogi.
Kayuma Asogi. Why? Why was his name on the disc?
The second is Aishin.
Asian. You mean the one that we...
It's also a pun for
Shin?
Asian.
I don't recognize that name.
The third is T. Guegusen. It's Gregson.
Tobias Gregson.
It's Gregson.
Yeah.
Guegusen.
Gregson? Ah. Wait. Oh yeah. Ah. It would seem Tobias Gregson is the third man on the list. And what's his name doing on the secret government communication as well?
And the last name.
What's the matter, Miss Susato?
It's just so strange, so unexpected.
Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense.
The last name is J. Wilson.
John Wilson!
What?
Wilson?
John H. Wilson? You mean Daddy?
Do I look like your daddy?
It says only J. Wilson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure. Then after 4 names it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all 4. And that's the end of the message, or rather, the end of what you noted down, Iris.
Is this... No, no! Is this all to do with the Hound of the Baskervilles? Watch it like Asian is basically just Sherlock's name. Her...
Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe!
I just can't believe it. Who would ever have thought that those discs contain Japanese Morse code? Not to mention a strange list of some disturbingly familiar names. It will appear that this particular message is a communications of some kind between between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan.
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 Can you please...
So Daddy could be in Japan then. Where Susie and Rudo come from?
Japan. Oh well.
Japan.
Oh well.
No, it's not very likely, really, isn't it?
Iris, would you like to sit down for a moment? We need to talk.
I mean, there are thousands of people with the surname Wilson. There must be a lot of J's among them.
Professor John H. Wilson, visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial...
Is he dead?
Yes, he's dead.
Oh no.
We were accused of killing him.
Oh yeah.
Professor
That's
John
the first
H.
one, right?
Yep. Professor John H. Wilson, visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. But we can't tell Iris about that now. We just can't. It will break her mind. This is so strange. Somehow, in solving the case of Mr. Windybank's murder today, I feel like I've rolled back a boulder at the mouth of a very dark cave.
I do wonder.
If perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside.
Not yet, anyways.
Because you know what will happen after this?
I don't want to think about it.
It's a World War One, baby! Oh dear. The ship is going to set sail soon.
Yes, it seems so.
Kiss. I'll sail that steamship first to the port of Dunkirk in
Dunkirk in France.
France. Then I'll change onto a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. Japan.
Japan.
Japan.
Japan.
Japan.
You're really going then, Susie?
Did I say?
Hold on.
Hodor.
We you didn't hear that. My stream didn't hear that. Okay.
What happened? Oh.
Nothing. We wish you a safe passage, Miss Susato.
Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best.
Miss Susato! I had hoped to have you always at my side to guide me and support me.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo!
Please, come back soon.
I told you there, love.
As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistants in the world.
I'm quite sure I'll be back before you know it.
Really, Susie? Really? Oh my god, Susie!
Oh, now don't forget Iris. I've made you a promise I've yet to fulfill.
A promise?
About your manuscript.
Ah,
Oh yes, the Hounds of the Baskervilles.
well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise.
Definitely, Iris. Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
do you remember the first time we met? This
Yes, of
this
course.
sounds tension, bro.
On the SS Burial when I was dragged out from the wardrobe still half asleep. If I remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin with a Susato takedown.
You know very well that I'm talking about after that. It's strange, but being thrown together as we were in that case, I somehow felt straight away that you were the perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy.
Miss Susato.
And my instincts were right. I really want to believe. No, I'm sure that I'll be back soon. Farewell until then. Now kiss. Okay.
Next
Aw, no
game.
kiss. Next game. Kiss in
Shit.
the next game. Ooh, cutscene.
Okay, I'm gonna silence you.
これでなるほど龍之介最初の冒険の物語はおしまいだ思えば不思議な運命に導かれてここまで来たような気がする僕は弁護士になって異国の街で名探偵と出会ったこれからもきっと様々な困難が僕を待ち受けているのだろうでもどんな危機だって大逆転できるそんな気がするだって僕には 世界最高の仲間がいるのだから。
Okay.
Of course, Shomes will be holding a violin.
Of course he did. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I have some rather awkward news. The railway company has decided to sue over the special express train, apparently. What the fuck? Huh?
What caused such a commotion on the line? All the other trains had to wait.
But really, we would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Anyways, I explained everything and how it was all your fault.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro! Huh? Huh? I believe the formal complaint should be delivered from to your office tomorrow. But do not worry, my dear fellow. According to Miss Yusato,
You love defending yourself in court.
fuck you guys. Huh? Huh? Huh?
It's alright, I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. See?
Bro. Bro. Mr. Sholmes? Yes. I would, if you don't mind. Why, certainly. Any word you like. Better wait out, my dear fellow.
Oh yes, I love Bruno's words, and I know just the one he will use here. Guess what?
Objection! Then, I really must say. Yay! Hey! 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 We did it! We finally did it! We finally made it! After 7 fucking months of doing this shit! We finished the first game! You fucking! We've made it! Oh my god! We finally finished Ace Attorney Chronicles. I mean the first part of Ace Attorney Chronicles. I have learned, like I said, I have learned from KK that there is a part fucking 2 in this collection.
Yes.
Holy fuck. After 7 long months.
Ah, I haven't slept a wink. This manuscript is due tomorrow now. But I'm this busy, Honey usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement for some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and a lovely Japanese breakfast.
7 months. Not really 7 months of continually doing this. I did spend some months out of it.
Witness. Your testimony is read.
Let's enjoy this.
Okay. His son is a baby.
Thank you. Thank you everybody that created this game. I love you all.
That being said, what the fuck? Why is it so long?
What you mean so long?
The game is long. Literally every single trial is like 6 hours long. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's
That's
the
a very
same.
long
It's
game.
the same with. It's the same with any other Ace Attorney game. So you don't have anything to complain about.
Okay, I don't know anything about Ace Attorney.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. Haha.
It's about the. It's about the deduction and the story.
What a He looks evil.
He's the Lord Chief Justice. What you expect? My thoughts on the game. On the first game, I would add unexpected twists from 3 to thank you KK. Unexpected twists from 3 to starting 3 to 3 and 5. Case 3 and case 5, unexpected twists. That is my high point for this game.
Oh, he's not Scotland Yard anymore.
He's just a normal policeman. Oh, Joan is in court, like in jail.
Who's Joan?
His wife,
Oh, who's his wife?
the fat lady.
Oh.
Oh, it's Patricia and Rowley.
Oh my god.
Such
I have a
love
boyfriend.
birds.
I have a boyfriend, but this is This is cringy as hell.
Such love birds, man. They're married, so yeah. It transcends your boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Looks like we'll be doing time for a bit now. The artist comes every day for Anata, so it ain't too boring. She's always going on about some damn cases of what Sholmes is looking into. Criminal investigations are kinda interesting when you get into them.
Oh, be a detective, man.
West, yeah, Ringo. I love them.
This past 6 months has been a time I shall remember forevermore. Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realize what life is all about.
Ryanosuke.
Naruhodo-san, I promise. Your assistant will return to you one day. But for now, I leave you with many memories and a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well.
Was she looking at the woods? Come on, just appear into. Oh, look at that! That's a nice photo. Oh, wait. Print screen. Okay. Now I'll
So
have
cute.
it forever.
Look at the cat.
Now I will
Yeah.
have it forever. Such a.
Mark Ota, Bradley Clarkson, and Rina Takasaki. Don't know any of them. Claire Morgan, Robert Vernon.
We chose the Japanese one.
Oh. Don't even know any of them actually.
What you don't know? Voice actors.
I know they're voice actors, but like, I don't know any of them.
They're game voice actors.
I know. Oh!
Omnibus Inc. Omnibus Inc. Japan Inc.
That's where the omnibus comes from.
I'm Enterprise Inc. Okay, sentient
Susato,
Enterprise.
join us. Join us. Oh, he's not joining. Okay.
This looks like this reminds me like this reminds me of Arthur, you know. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
What a wonderful kind of day.
And play and get along with each other. You gotta listen to your heart, listen to the beats,
And then he
listen to
dies.
the rhythm. Open up the streets, open up your eyes, open up your fears, and together and make this better. And working together is a simple message, and it comes from the heart. Believes in yourself, and that's a place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
How you know the whole story? The
Bro,
whole song.
Bro, Arthur was my childhood.
Ah, I see. Susato, join us.
Give me that sword, Susato. Presenting Sir Naruhodo. Yes.
Yay.
Wait, I realized something. He didn't have
What?
that. He didn't have that guard, that hand guard beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So it was passed down from Kazuma also.
Aww.
Oh, McGilded is alive.
Nice.
I'm Papyrus.
Spare me some Guinness, would you? Or not.
Russian dying message.
Yeah, or Russian dying message.
Oh, there's the man. Holmes. Herlock Sholmes.
Elementary, my dear fellow. That's Joan.
Oh, that's Joan? Oh, I see. And that's Mr. McGregson.
Mr. McGregson.
Yeah,
Mac Gregson.
Mr. Gregson, I know that. Oh, look at the cat!
Waka hi! Waka hi!
Join us, cat!
Yes, come on. Where is the prosecutor? Van Zykes. Yeah, Van Zykes. Would you care to join us?
Jojo Post.
Jojo Pose. She gonna like fire off fireworks? No,
Yeah.
she's not. Okay. This is so bittersweet, man.
Don't worry, you'll see them again in the second game.
That's coming right after this. Look at Susato-san, so elegant, man. I like how she's wearing boots instead.
Yeah. Or maybe just leggings. She's so polite.
Hey, duo
Hey.
deduction. The Great Ace Attorney Adventures. finally comes to an end.
Cleaner. Yay! Yay! Aw.
Oh, I need to
Screenshot, screenshot,
screenshot it.